Greetings and welcome back to Paradigm Shift. It is time to finish off this run of AI War 2 on the rebalanced game, which is, as you probably know by now, out of beta now. So if you're on the regular full branch, you'll get to still have access to all of the new things that we've been showing here. But I want to go into what I did to set this up. So the first thing I did was built up to 3 force fields on all my planets and built all the turrets that I had available. Just maximize my defense. Then we hacked some more of them. If we look over here in Winnower, just as an example, I got the translocator turrets, Mark 6, and they do decent damage, but their ability to push enemies away from the command station can buy you some time. What buys you a lot more time are the spiders. I love these. Anybody who's seen my playthroughs before knows that. They really slow down the enemy. They're a very strong turret, and by slowing them down and stopping them from moving, at least a certain amount of them, you can see the engine slower effect there. That really gives us the advantage of only a limited amount of the enemy can push forward to your command station, and you can sort of take out the enemy piece by piece. So it's particularly on systems like this where you have a long range to the wormhole, really effective, and of course they have infinite range. They don't do a lot of direct damage, but that's not the point. So I hacked those 2 turrets, and I also got some more pikes. And that's our setup for that. I did a bit of research. The logistical here boosted all of our logistical command stations one more time at 1,500, and the next step up is 3,000. So that's sort of a break point on what's useful to go on those, I think. And also, it gives 1,000,000 energy and increase our metal cap, all of those things. And then just did a couple direct upgrades here, a couple command stations to boost our economy a little bit more, as I was almost out of science at that point. And then we got a bunch more ships. If we look at our hacking history, I hacked every ARS in the galaxy twice, and I actually went the full 3 on the last one here to get these parasitic pike corvettes. But then you can see raid frigates, fusion bombers, warbirds. I just sort of spread it around. Whatever was a decent, fairly high mark ship that I got available in the ARS, that's what I did. And of course we were fed a lot more zombies. There was one hack I had like about 850 anti-AI zombies in the system by the time I was done with it. Of course the hacking response growing, but we're up to 3 here. So we have a CPA that's going to become about half an hour. We don't want to wait for that. But I've got everything in here. I've got my citadels and battle stations, although I don't think I need to use them much just because of the sheer firepower we have. But I have this energy in reserve if I do want to go that route. And then everything is conglomerated. Now we want to jump in here to our first core world first, Mark 7. And I like to have everything out here. The one other hack I did before we do this, the armored golem. So I did a hack on this to increase its hull strength. It doubled it from 10 to 20 million now. And I could even go one further, but the next hack would cost 90 hacking. So that's why I didn't spend it on that. It's a very escalating cost. I mean, what can I do with more health that I probably couldn't do with 20 million? But at the same time, that is another option that's out there, just like I did the shield hack on the Rorqual Hagira near the beginning of the game. So having everything out here, you get the 6-second unload penalty. Like, they can't fire for 6 seconds after they're unloaded from a transport. So I like to have them out to get a better alpha strike as we move in. And we're just going to brute force this next system. Now, I don't care if everything runs. You can run all at once. We just want to eliminate the resistance, and of course the botnet's going to make sure plenty of them come to our way of thinking. We actually are going to have some choppiness and slowdown here at the end of the game, but I will try to manage the speed to keep it flowing at whatever reasonable rate it's able to. So you can see that this 200 strength area was not too much of a problem. If we look at our overall fleet strength, we've got 360, 370 or so between those two. The Void Home doesn't have much. And then our bulk fleet, almost 450 strength by itself. So, we're basically throwing 800 fleet strength around here, and that's after we didn't we don't have the high capacity transport boosting our force anymore. So now we're going to move right over here. And at this point, I'm actually going to switch now to an attack move stance. Because I actually could just plow in here and just barely win in the homeworld. By just going full bore, you know, just pursuit, go attack everything. But it's a little smarter to just chill out and not really take it that way. That's what we're going to do. Be a little bit more strategic about it. Now, coming in here, we look at our ranges. The Shredder can't quite reach us there, but see, the Shredder is going to send out its drones anyway, so they are going to hit us. The Parasite. Fun, 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 fun. Now, this one I want to try to stay away from if I can. So, basically, I want to take out, like, my goal is to not allow everything to shoot at me at once by spreading all over the system. Limit the effects of those. So if I can like hop over here and take out this Shredder, and then I can hop over here and take out this Spider without antagonizing everything else. There's a Spider there, Parasite there. So if I can sort of loop around here, take these out gradually, I think that's going to be better than just go swim everywhere type of approach. So let's just dive in then. We're probably going to get some things crippled and some other fun joy that will occur. And I'm going to keep my support fleets in here. And I could set up a bunch of turrets in here as a backstop. It's just that we're strong enough that I don't think that's going to be necessary. But that would be an alternative. It's one of the things I had in mind to possibly do. Okay, so we want to create... First of all is just stay away from all the guard posts and beat back some of this force. We're getting the HRF in here. I gotta look at the proper screen here. Yeah, almost 120 strength of them, so that's nice. And some of them will get zombified, parasited, but I think I am also going to jump in here with, you know, outguard just to distract them. The other thing I'm going to do is I have here, and I think they're not quite ready to be hired more. Okay. I have what War Harvesters I have gathered, and they're just going to throw in here as well and go wherever. So basically I just want to throw everything I've got at this whole scenario. And this group here has all of my forces, all of my mobile fleets. So if we look at our total numbers here, they've got, we're outnumbering them, but look at the they've got like 800 strength. And I just want to basically, okay, what are you? Dire Heavy Beam, yeah, let's make you go away. With this much getting thrown around, I don't really want to spend a lot of time, you know, focusing in on one individual target. But some of them are bad, and we want them to go away. So we've already knocked down a Parasite guard post. Let's see. Let's knock down this Shredder. I think it's time now to start just moving around and getting rid of them. Of course, that's going to boost our AI progress, but that's basically necessary. Okay. So, keep going to the Spider. There we go. And we have enough of a numerical advantage that I think we just want to keep it going. Still got some time here on all of this outguard. And we got to, of course, watch what's happening in other systems. But at the moment, we are fine. So let's just keep it rolling. And see, Tritium Sniper. Let's get this Spider and then work our way around to that. And basically, you know, we're just strong enough that we can just absorb what they're doing and shrug it off because we just have so much firepower. This is a rare thing when you're attacking a homeworld. Only really happens when you have an overpowering fleet and you're not playing on particularly high difficulty. So where are they at with their guard posts? Because I'm not seeing a whole lot. Okay, they're all in the lower part of the system now, I think. And at this stage, I'm just going to rush at them. Let's get this one on the way. We've got a battle station crippled. Okay. That will not last very long, though. You're gone. And I think we're ready for that other outguard now. Another thing to note is we did recently get this. We got just powerful enough that extragalactic war units, those are really big, powerful ships, and there's several tiers of them. We're only going to see the initial tier. The higher tiers are only for Spire, pretty much. But if you scale up to a certain point, the AI gets concerned enough about you that they're like, okay, we're going to have to send, you know, some of our bigger toys that are in the lore, you know, fighting the mysterious threat outside the galaxy, which is why most AI forces are not in the Milky Way. After you. So we'll begin to see those spawn probably a bit before we end this. And let's see the spider. More Praetorian Guard coming in. But I think we're at the point now where we just want to do everything. I'll bring in my support fleets. Because they just don't have quite enough in here to stop us. Would have been a much more tense battle if we had just gone wherever. You know what? I know you're here somewhere. Where are my War Harvesters? There we go. I don't think I had them all on pursuit. There we go. Now you can move around and help us. Excellent. Okay, so then we have the Overlord here, which we're just finishing off. Central command for the AI. And, you know, it's just basically a structure. You've got to pound down all of the various, you know, shields and hull that it has. But with what we have going on, that's not going to take long at all. Whoops. We got a bunch of AI progress. We're up to Mark 4. And then we have this. This is the new Phase 2... Yes, shut up, Mr. AI. This is the new Phase 2 Overlord. And the important part to look at is the bottom where it's purplish. Solo phase state of matter. Temporarily beyond all reach, both hostile and friendly. We can detect them, but they are not going to be able to be destroyed at this point. Now, it says the AI core phase phases to solo phase whenever it's on a current or former AI homeworld or bastion world. In other words, it's safe here or in the system surrounding it. All of these Mark 7, not the Mark 6, but the Mark 7 ones are the core world. So basically what we want to do is we want to chase this thing down once it leaves and then destroy it there, because it's got to get out of AI core space before we can even damage it. And also, if you just look at what it does, 480,000 DPS for the Parasite Bolt, and then it's got a fusion bomb, it has a plasma overdriver that knocks out all shields. It's a powerful thing. You can see the overall... Where is it? Not the RAM. There we go. The overall strength count of this thing is like 240. So, but once we destroy this, the game is over. So that's the good part of it. I'm going to load everybody up. There we go. AI is spawning a Phoenix. Is it here? Yep, there it is. This is one of the extragalactic war units. Let's take a look at that really quick. So you can see this thing, 32 strength. So these are, you know, stronger than a Dire Guardian. But again, this is the first of the 5 tiers, so they're not particularly horrible. And let's just get our ships back out again real quick to deal with this. And with the firepower we have, it's not going to last long, but if that were to be thrown in with a bunch of other forces, then we would have a bigger problem on our hands. Okay. You look like you're going this way. So let's go that way too. Get everybody back out and Now, this system, we got a wave of 225 coming. We don't care about that. They're hitting us here. It looks like we're going to be okay there, but we have playing Outguard. So I'm just going to throw in a Spire Archivist just to make sure that we're okay there. We got to keep, on top of all of those things. And, okay, they're still in that system. And you can see, by the way, you can see this Overlord on the map. You'll always be able to see where it is. So that's a nice thing, is that it just gives you that awareness. I'm basically just trying to clear out this system because I think it's coming this way. Yep, it is. This is still a core world, but... Oh. It is actually... interesting. I thought it would stay in solo phase on this planet, but it didn't. Well, it looks like we're about to knock this out then. There are a few problems that you cannot solve with just a stupid amount of overwhelming force, but... again, once the AI scales up to a certain point, that becomes a little more difficult. You can see this thing can take a freaking pounding. It goes through shields, which is not particularly fun, so you really have to destroy it before it gets to your core systems. But, yeah, we don't care about our stuff being crippled. We're doing fine on these other fights. It's almost down. Come on, get it before it leaves. Yay! Victory! And we are given a description here of our success. After generations of war, humanity can finally begin the process of rebuilding. And they're telling us where they want to try to settle. We have an entire galaxy in which humans can grow and learn in peace. Yeah, not likely. Something else will happen. We'll start fighting each other, if nothing else. And the civilian leadership recommends a fleet. This is currently a little bit off. It basically just always recommends the first strike fleet that you had. But in any case, that, ladies and gentlemen, was the new AI War 2, going with a pretty overpowered mid-game fleet. Of course, there's many options. You can go super high AI progress. You can do more of a limited insurgent warfare style. That's really up to you. So, are there any questions on the series, any questions on new mechanics? Please throw those down in the comments below. And going forward now, I'm going to be taking a break from AI War 2. Between now and the launch of Zenith Onslaught, which is still slated for May 18th. They've been making good progress on the art, so I think there's a decent chance they will hit that. And of course, as soon as the embargo is lifted on putting out more public information and playthroughs and footage of that, we will definitely be playing that right away as soon as I'm able. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful. And a decent way to show, all of the new adjustments that have been made to the game so far.